Hi, everyone. Lee from the Law School Toolbox and Bar Exam Toolbox here with Allison. It's a Monday, which means we're here talking about whatever's going on with the California bar.
Welcome back.
We're not wearing sunglasses today, though, because we're back in our offices.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lee, what's up?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I was doing a little poking around this weekend, trying to see what's new in bar exam experiment land. And I started off by reading an editorial that was in the Daily Journal, which for those of you who don't know is, kind of the legal newspaper in California, kind of justifying all of the bar's actions and talking about how they followed all of these processes. And this has been in the works for so long and why Kaplan was a great choice. And then this was my favorite part. They admitted that they did schedule it at the same time as the MPRE, which most people studying for the July bar exam will take the November MPRE. So they're asking people to study for the MPRE and the bar experiment at the same time. Then they added another date, which I just found out about today. So now you can take it on the 8th or the 9th of November. I think so people can also take the MPRE and study for all this stuff at the same time while still 3Ls in law school. I don't know. It's feeling like a lot. And if I would be feeling very overwhelmed if I was trying to make choices based on this information as it comes.
Yeah, I saw an article by Chemerinsky basically saying that, look, this is crazy. You're having people be 3Ls, study for this fake bar test, and also the MPRE, which they did literally schedule on the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like who is driving the train here? Because it seems a little off the tracks.
I know. And, someone I was talking to today who has applied to sit for this experiment was saying that the emails are very anxiety inducing because information keeps getting dribbled out, but then there's still so much that they don't know. Like, will this score bump even be possible? The California Supreme Court still hasn't said whether or not it will go forward with that. So there's just so much piecemeal information that I think it's very anxiety inducing for a lot of people who already have a lot of anxiety about the bar exam, rightfully so.
Right. Because the other thing Chemerinsky pointed out was like, look, if this is a test of minimum competency, why are we giving people extra points after we decided they weren't competent just because they helped with an experiment? This does not make sense.
Now, but apparently in 1980, they did something similar.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
totally
1980
cool.
was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I also found it interesting that the article written by someone who is, involved with the whole process, basically saying, oh, no, we've talked to all the deans. But the deans are saying they were not consulted on this. So I don't really know what's going on here, but it's all a little weird.
Yeah. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel like there's a clear path forward and everyone's on board and everyone's double checking that process is being followed, which for lawyers, process is a big deal. So
yeah, we're kind of process people. Didn't you also say that, I think this is September 30th, we're recording this. Didn't you also say they're having a meeting that just got announced for potential, tomorrow or something?
It is. Oh, it's on Wednesday, October 2nd. Yes, there is a Q&A session happening. We can stick this registration link in the show notes. So if you are wanting to go to this, you should try and register. Apparently space is limited. So sign up soon. I love that. It's a Zoom room.
Yeah, I'm like, do you know how many people have been in some of these whoever for Kamala calls? Hundreds of thousands of people on the same Zoom. I'm pretty sure that they can fit you all in. But hey,
space is limited. Oy. Maybe they can't afford the expensive Zoom room.
Exactly. Gotta cut costly. Gotta cut costs. We can't afford to pay for Zoom.
I know. But then here's the extra nugget, though. So that is weird that they just announced this call and it's hidden in the bar exam page where they're talking about the experiment. Anyway, we will release that because I hope we break their Zoom room. Everyone should register for this call and ask lots of questions, many of which we've talked about here because it's fair. Everyone has lots of questions. Then, a member of my team was like, wait, has Kaplan started has Kaplan stopped selling bar prep materials in California? Because that was part of the announcement. And then I just went on Kaplan's website and got to the purchase page for a California bar prep program.
Curious.
Which makes me feel a little curious about some conflicts of interest going on here. Now, I'm not going to pay $1,900
To find
my
out.
business credit card to find out. I feel like that you're not going to approve that cost. But, okay, well, fine if you want to be picky about it. But it feels like that shouldn't be happening. That maybe when you ask to purchase their California bar prep program, that they should say no because we are drafting the bar questions. But apparently not.
Yeah, I feel like that was
So
in that original announcement that they were going to phase
it
out
was.
service in California. So that
Yes.
is also a curious data point, that you can apparently still purchase it for the next test.
Yeah, somebody on that Q&A call should ask that question too,
True.
please, and then report back in the comments.
Exactly. All right. Well, I mean, I think
Yes.
that's our update for today. I was going to say this week,
Mhm.
but I feel like maybe it's not going to last the whole week. So we'll just see.
I don't know. But again, if you are thinking about participating in the experiment, make sure you sign up. Oh my goodness, check your emails because the information is coming fast and furious. I would try and go to this call because who knows what's going to be said on it. And, and we will keep tabs on it and report back. But hang in there, everyone. It's a stressful time.
All right.
I took a walk in the woods today. It was quite lovely. Highly recommend it if you're feeling very anxiety prone by the situation.
Yeah, get out, feel the grass,
Mhm.
you'll get through this, but definitely got to stay
Yep.
informed because it's changing fast every single day, it
Yeah.
seems like. All right, well, thanks for joining us. Check out barexamtoolbox.com and we'll see you soon.